Garno was sound. He was good. Um, just yeah, like his coaching that was good. Like he try and get the best out of it. Obviously, I seen Garno daily, obviously, but I never seen him as much because we'd go away with the goalkeepers and do our like little session, whatever. But yeah, having Garno around, it was good because as well, he's played for the club. You know, he's like a legend at Tranmere. Everyone knows Garno, so it's like it was like personal to him as well. You know, to like he wanted to do the best for the club. He wanted to do the best for you, so you could do the best for the club and stuff like that. Um, yeah, he was sound. He was from the will, so we just used to rip him for that. Um, he had his favourites, like, do you know what I mean? Like the Maxes and the Wills and stuff like that. But yeah, he was good. He was a good laugh as well. Obviously, when things weren't going well, like he'd give you a good bollocking and like we'd go in on a Sunday sometimes if we were that bad on a Saturday, which weren't great. But yeah, he was sound, he was good. He'd have a laugh with you and that, and like he used to know we used to have night outs and stuff like that. And like you know what I mean, he weren't too bothered, but he'd like say go out on a Saturday and then you come in on the Monday and you'd be running, and you'd be like, oh, stitched us there, like. But no, yeah, Garno was sound. He was a good fella, to be fair.
I mean, John McMahon would have been involved with the first team when you were there,
Yeah,
but I've heard
yeah,
stories about John from when and he has confirmed these stories to me from when he was involved with the youth team, probably 7, 8 years earlier, maybe even 10 years earlier. And it wasn't just a case of getting players in on a Sunday. There was one occasion where he made them run to the top of the cop 50 times and back down again because of something they'd done wrong. Did
yeah,
Garner ever have you do anything like that?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, John was there. John was a good coach as well, very good coach. You could tell he'd been at a high level. Information, like it was all about communication with him, like the way he like laid on sessions, like and when he do the demo, he wouldn't just like where you roll a ball into a player, he'd fizz it into you, and he'd like load the tempo. So John was great. Garno though for punishments, yeah, we've had a few. There was an instance we had with we used to have a night fella come in called Andy. So he'd come in like a Mercedes Vito van, just full of night boots and gloves and shin pads and whatever. And one day, apparently someone took a few pairs that they shouldn't have. Um, so we all got dragged in, and we were just sat in like there's like it was like a dining sort of room upstairs in the stand where like the changes was. Garno just come in and went, "Stay there, lads. I'll be back in a minute." Come back in an hour and a half later, right, and then just said like, "Look, someone's robbed knife boots off the fella. Blah 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 blah. It's not good enough. It's embarrassing." So a few lads ended up holding up to it, like, and then we end up getting off. But yeah, I think I can't even remember what the punishment was. We did run up the cop though, and all that. I can guarantee you that we ran up the cop. They made us do it like hopping, squatting each step. We had a few like nasty punishments. But pre-season as well, that was like a punishment because if you spoke to other people and they've ever mentioned the pre-season, you'll know what it's like running up Movan at Harrison Dales, the Oval. It was ridiculous. So in a sense, we were fit like, but fit by being bad, if that makes sense. Not fit because like we were just fit. We were fit because we were being punished for stuff. But yeah, that's the most one I can think. That's the most memorable one I can think of. To be honest, is we did run up the cop. I think he made us do it about 50 times. Yeah, every single step to the top, and we had a time to do it as well. We had to be up in like 30 seconds, and then back down, and we'd go again. And then some of the gym sessions as well were like ruthless. That if we'd been punished for something, or he'd think we weren't trying hard enough in training, if you were like tossing it off, he'd um, he'd make us do weights like so many times. Do you know what I mean? Instead of like doing one circuit or two circuits, it'd be like four circuits, and then he'd put sprints in the middle of it. Or we'd go down to so the indoor arena was called the bowls. We used to call it the bowls. Just come back to me, and he'd set like a bleep test up, or he'd set like sprints up, and you just do it till you couldn't run anymore. Do you know what I mean? And obviously being a goalkeeper, I was the fittest I've ever been in my life. To be fair, at Samuel, I was fit, but it was just a no for me. I just had to give up at the end. So it's always lagging at the back. But yeah, Garno could be strict as well, fines, or he'd take stuff off you. Do you know what I mean? Like if we had like we used to do like a game where we both bring sweets and stuff in. Like we'd have a little competition in training on the Saturday. Whoever lost would bring sweets in for the lads before the game and stuff like that. Um, so like he could say like, "You aren't doing that. You aren't going out of a catch any of yous out on the Saturday, and I hear about it or see it. Like you're in big trouble." So there was a few of them, and the one more I can think of was we used to do like the education side of things on a Monday. I think Monday full day, and I think it was a Thursday afternoon. So what he'd do as a punishment sometimes we'd have to stay late on a Monday. So where we'd be done for like say 2, 3 o'clock on a Monday, he'd keep us till like 5 or 6, just for the sake of keeping us. Do you know what I mean? Wouldn't actually do nothing. We'd just be sat there, just wasting our time. So yeah, he was strict like, but it's just a level of respect you'd end up getting. And then we sort of calmed down a bit then.